Yes, yanzu wannan continuation ne na wancan video din na farko, so wannan na biyun sa ne. And this one ina so zan nuna change detection statistics, and zaka yi relating change from one different land use and another. For example, initial stage, what percentage of vegetation has been converted to build up, or reverse case, and so on. So remember, any image in da aiki da shi image ne na year 2000, and I selecting this as my initial image, and final stage image is my image of 2014. That is the classified one. She named on .dat thing, meaning it's my classified image. That is it. So this is the band. Now select OK. Now maybe if I remove all, I will add pair. Then in kuka ce na da kawai na relating build up vegetation whatever. So now I don't want to do it that way. I want to show, for instance, what maybe at initial stage was vegetation and today in the final stage is built up. What is a vegetation at initial stage and has been converted to build up today? Then I'll add a pair, meaning vegetation in previous stage and then finally as a built up area. Then what area of a bare land at initial stage is now vegetation? It is very normal, right? I'll add a pair. Now what area of built up in the initial stage has now turned to a bare land? I'll add a pair also. And then what is water and initial stage and still water? Add a pair. Then okay. Now to save this, maybe this is the output mask file. I'll choose and then maybe create a new folder and then call it change 2, change underscore 2, and then open it. Double click to open this and then maybe give it a name, CNG underscore 2. Sorry, this is then open. Then the initial image also, open this, CHNG underscore 2, maybe in the grammar underscore 2 underscore initial, open, and then that final maybe call it CHNG 2 underscore final stage, and then click OK, and then OK to run it. Yes, you can see that I have a table just like I was saying in the first stage, which compares the initial stage and the final stage. And then if you can see that percentage has been explained. Maybe if you want the presentation to be in percent, 8%, 3%, 78, and so on and so on. Maybe you want it in area, you want to define it in area. You can also have that, and then you can always have the option of converting units from area maybe to square kilometer, and then you click OK, and then you have it back. It will change to square kilometer, and then you have reference and so on. So this is how to do it. Now if you look at this, it's saying at initial stage, part of vegetation at initial stage that has been converted to build up. We'll talk about this percentage. Look, this is about 8%. Part of vegetation in this case. Now if we look at that about 8% of vegetation in the initial stage has now been converted to built up. About 78% of vegetation initial stage is still vegetation, and only less than 1% of vegetation area covered with vegetation, maybe at the banks of the river, is now covered by water. And then 13% of vegetation in the initial stage is now a bare land. You can see activities of human being have created some places to be bare. And then this is the total. There's a class total, and then class changes. About 91% of the class. This is what shows the information about changes in class, and that about 3.2% of bare land initial stage has now been converted to built up. About 48% of bare land in the initial stage is now covered by vegetation. 0%, and then the table goes on like that. Look at, for instance, about 91% of built up area at the initial stage. Still, maybe this is the percentage at the initial, and then the final stage. It's the same 91% plus this additional built up from part of vegetation that has been converted to built up. You can see about 8 point something percent. This makes built up 100% in this column, and so on. So this is simply how to do change detection analysis, which at the end of the day you can be able to export the shape files of your results, save it, open it in ArcMap and other softwares for analysis. Thanks for watching.